Alex, would love to hear about your journey and how you also came to join this coalition of mayors for guaranteed income.
Holyoke's a city of 40,000 people right outside Springfield, and I say it's a small city with big city challenges. We were once the paper city of the entire country, the first planned industrial city in the United States, and because the forces of capitalism and globalization, we fell on hard times. Those factories shuttered, jobs moved down south and overseas at the very time new people came to our community. And today we're 50% Latino, mostly of Puerto Rican descent. And the jobs that were once available to Irish immigrants and Polish immigrants were not available to Puerto Rican migrants in our community. And so for years, policymakers and mayors have struggled with, well, how do we create jobs and build wealth for people in our community? And when I think about the fact that we focus on entrepreneurship and wealth building opportunities for people in our community, not sort of seeking large corporations coming in so our residents can make minimum wage jobs, but how do we give people the tools they need to start their own business and build wealth for themselves and for their families? It's why I'm a strong supporter of a single payer healthcare system and why I'm a strong supporter of a guaranteed income. In the middle of this pandemic, while our federal government seems more concerned with, bailing out corporations and institutions and businesses, we need to fight for a people's bailout. People here in Holyoke, we already have a high population of folks that are food insecure, housing insecure, that are concerned with how to put food on the table and pay their rent, pay their mortgage. And now with the incredible reduction in the economy, the fact that our economy shrunk by over 33% in the last quarter, our GDP by 10%, our economy is not going to return to the way it was before. And so we were already forced to redefine what productivity was, who capitalism was serving, and now it's even more pronounced in communities like Holyoke and communities across the country. And so this is really about, as Mayor Brown said, basic humanity and dignity for our people and what choices people can make. Can you start that business? Can you be a mother or a father and take care of your kids at the same time? Or do you have to choose between working to provide for your family or being there for your child? And no person in this country, in the wealthiest country on earth, should have to make that decision. And clearly we're ill prepared in terms of policy and legislation to meet families where they're at. And I'm running against a member of Congress that takes the most amount of corporate money of any member of the House, Democrat and Republican. He just took the top spot away from Republican Kevin McCarthy. And that's from Wall Street and big pharma and pharmaceutical companies. And he's even, again, publicly denounced and come out against the Paycheck Guarantee Act. He's come out against monthly recurring emergency payments throughout the duration of this pandemic, and even has a gall to cite the deficit, something oftentimes reserved for folks on the right. And so he just fails to meet the urgency of this moment. And, it's time we actually send unbought Democrats to Washington. It's not enough to be a Democrat. You have to be a Democrat that actually wants to represent and fight for people.
Thank you for listening in. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. If you did, please do subscribe to Yang Speaks and click on notifications so we can let you know every time we have a new episode.